Okay, first thing, don't judge my ability to play Call of Duty. I haven't played a Call of Duty game in a long time, kind of since Warzone first came out. So, anyway, second of all, I thought you guys just might be interested in a bit of a performance test and graphics test of an RX 6800 XT trying to play Call of Duty Vanguard during the open beta. Now, it's important to note that a beta will not necessarily be representative of the final graphics and final performance of the game, so don't judge it too harshly. Also, there was a little patch note at the beginning when I fired this up that said that currently they turned off a distortion effect when aiming down sights or scopes or something, which also affects the fire and some other effects in the game. Sorry, I'm trying to talk and sort of play the game at the same time. Although, hey, I just died again. Also, I want to note that I couldn't get MSI Afterburner, which is what I usually use to monitor performance, up and running in this game for some reason. It just didn't like it. So you'll see in the right-hand side, I'm actually using the AMD software for my performance monitoring here. And it looks like I'm kind of bouncing occasionally down into the 80s here, 90s, but I'm kind of always hovering in the 80 something to 90 something, even 100 on some maps kind of performance. And the graphics settings that you'll see here, I dropped into the 70s there with all that smoke. I'll show you guys the graphics settings. So I do currently have it maxed out. So under graphics, I went to quality and I just went to the ultra preset. It's at the 100% resolution scaling, so I'm not turning any of that down. And the ultra preset did adjust all of these things down. Now that we've actually got a look at how it does at ultra, why don't we try it out a bit on high, since in a more competitive type game, we might be interested in getting even higher frame rates. Now, my CPU does not appear to be the bottleneck. We are seeing GPU usage up near 100%. And the I'm looking at the performance targets here, guys. I'm not looking at the game. Don't mind me getting shot. I feel like I'm being judged already. Fine, judge me in chat, okay? Judge me all you want. Anyway, I don't feel like the frame rate's that much better by dropping down to high. What do you guys think? Hey, we lost. Look at that. I don't mind. I was honestly AFK for the beginning of the round dealing with my kids. Getting them a snack so I could sneak away and film a video. Alright, so I've got to say that it seemed like the dropping down to high didn't really do much compared to ultra. Let's see if this loads up another game here. Hey, how are we doing in the menus? In the menus, we are getting like 79 or 80 frames per second. So that's neat. Again, you can take a look at the stats here. So again, this is at 4K. So I feel like I'm getting pretty high frame rates, all things considered, that we are playing the game at 4K on some pretty high settings. So perhaps that's a sign of good optimization, and perhaps it's a sign of Call of Duty still basically running the same old thing that it's ran forever. Is this the same engine they've been using? Like I said, I'm not really that much of a CoD player, but I feel like they just keep tweaking the same old engine and not doing too much like next gen stuff here. All right, we're hopping into another round here. Again, I don't know any of this stuff. We're just gonna select the top loadout option and away we go. Let's see how the frame rate looks on this map. You probably saw me there, I didn't say it, but I adjusted back to Ultra. So we are at Ultra 4K here, and at least in this area, we seem to be at 100 frames per second. Oh, and 117. So in this map, it does look like I'm getting a bit higher frame rates compared to the one we were playing there a minute ago. If I wasn't staring at the top right corner looking at my frame rate, perhaps I'd get a kill. I'm one of those teammates you just love to have. Hey, there we go. I actually got a kill. Maybe I should actually just play the game a bit and not stare at my frame rate. We'll see. No promises. I was looking at the frame rate again. I don't really know how long you guys want this video to go on for. I don't want to waste your time. Should we try out like, okay, well, 79, 80 frames per second there. What if we do drop down to something like medium? Just because, you know, in a competitive game, a lot of people are more interested in frame rate rather than in anything else, what the game looks like. Okay, it seems like now that that kicked in, we're up over 100 frames per second here when it was lower, so maybe it just took a little while to kick those in. So again, this is now at medium settings at 4K. Now most people are like, you don't play competitive games at 4K. Well, you know what? That's what I'm doing. Maybe I can adjust it down to 1440p, or we could resolution scale it down or something like that in a second here. Eventually we'd just run into a CPU limit most likely on my i5-9600K. Currently CPU utilization is only at around 70%. We're definitely maxing out the GPU at 99%, 98%. So this does definitely appear to be more GPU bottlenecked than CPU bottlenecked. Hey, am I gonna actually get another kill? Look at me go, guys. I am gonna just take the, you know, take the ladder by storm here. Speaking of storm, there's a firestorm right there. Alright, let's go ahead and check out some low settings real quick. Just to get a mix of, you know, graphic settings and performance. Okay, we are getting closer to my monitor limit, although I've got to say, do you guys feel like the graphics settings are making that big of a difference in my actual performance here? I mean, it's certainly better here at low than we were at ultra, but I don't feel like it's some like staggering huge difference. I'm actually curious. Let's go all the way back up to ultra now. We were at low. And I'm curious if it's going to be that much worse. Are those graphics settings not even like applying? I'm back to ultra now and we're at like over 100 frames per second. Can they stop killing me while I'm staring at the top right corner of my screen? It seems rude. They should probably be more considerate of the fact that I'm benchmarking here. Should I actually try to kill something? I don't know. Question is, if I'm actually trying, would it help? Hey, I got one. Aw, man. Well, so far my conclusion is that the graphics settings I choose don't seem to have that drastic of an impact on the performance. Now, I bet the resolution scale probably would. So, like, if I go down to 85% resolution scale. Actually, I believe that a 65% resolution scale is very close to 1440p. So this should show you something very close to what 1440p performance would be on this game. Look at me, I got a kill, guys. It spawns me basically aiming at an enemy's face. Man, I've got to say that the 65% resolution scale, I don't know if any of you guys are watching this on a 4K screen. I can tell you, it looks very blurry. This does not look good. This is not one of the more impressive resolution scalers I've ever seen. But I will say that resolution scale did seem to help my performance quite a bit. So that made a much bigger difference than the graphics settings did. Resolution scale seems to be the way to go. Interesting. We could push it even farther. If I go down to a 50% resolution scale, 50% of 2160p, which is 4K, would be 1080p. So this would give you a very close idea of what I would be getting at 1080p. And, okay, so now we're up over 140, 150 frames per second. Depends on the scene. So that definitely helps. it still appears... okay, my GPU utilization isn't even 100% anymore. So even though my CPU load isn't 100%, I can tell that we're hitting a CPU bottleneck. It's not showing me all the individual cores, but I can tell that we're definitely on a CPU bottleneck here, since you can see my GPU utilization is not at 100%. So there's no real point for me going lower there, although if you had a better CPU than I do, you certainly could. I'm going to go back up to 100% resolution scale at Ultra for just another second here for the comparison purposes, and then maybe I'll get another kill here and we'll end the video. Let me know what you guys think. I probably won't buy the game, to be honest, guys. I'm not really that into COD, as you can probably tell from my skills here. Okay, let's focus for a second. Probably hear my kids running around upstairs now. See lots of fire. There's got to be an enemy. I'm not gonna keep you. Oh wait, I just got an elimination for that apparently. Look at me go. Let's end the video there. Let me know what you guys think, and have an excellent day.